Hello, hello. Alright, the audio's working. Things are working. Alright, cool beans. Let me lower down the audio for myself so I don't go deaf. Alright, guys, so welcome back to drawing concept art for Astrocats. Please forgive the mess in the background. As you guys know, I'm repainting my house. So I'm finally down to my bedroom. So I'm starting from the closet out. So it's gonna be the closet, my bathroom. So that's why there's all kinds of crap in the background, because I had to gut out my closet, pull everything out, take down the shelves and everything, because I'm gonna be redoing some of the shelving as well. And then I'll move to the bathroom and then just kind of move to the bedroom. The bedroom's gonna be one of the last two spots that I paint. Because I got my computer, I got my bedding. It's pretty much I live out of my bedroom. So yeah, so it's gonna be the final frontier. I hope everybody had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend, very safe. Like I said, we remember those who have fallen for our country. So it's kind of like a bittersweet kind of day. So we want to remember them, but it's kind of sad that they're not here with us. So yeah, I can't even imagine. But yes, guys, so let's go ahead. Just pretty much the same thing as usual. As you can see, we're kind of adding a lot of cool stuff. We started adding more stuff to the Astrocats page. Oh, main page, Astrocats. There we go. What happened to the Astrocats page? Give me 1 second, guys. I'm having some technical difficulties. It took me to the manager's page, and I don't want the manager's page. I just want the regular page. Okay. Well, I guess that's as good as it's gonna be. Okay. So there's the page. We'll be adding some more stuff. I don't know why it won't show me just the regular page, which is stupid. But anyway, so Astrocats, we're on Facebook. We're also on YouTube. As you can see, I started kind of adding some of the past videos on here. You'll see them here first, and probably want to do like a week later. I will post them also on YouTube. So if you're mainly like a YouTube watcher, you can see it there. And as usual, thank you, Stream Beats, for their music. If it wasn't for them, my channel would be boring as sin. And all you'll be able to hear is a fan blowing in the background. So let's go ahead and get going with today. Okay, so today we'll be using Adobe Illustrator. Nope, quite you. Okay, so as you guys saw before, if you've been following my threads, I've been trying to kind of show you guys like my thought process. So these are the Wa-kree. These like the lizard folks that the Astrocats can eventually kind of encounter. And right now, as you guys know, we've been at this for a little while. It started with Dave, and then our friend Lord Byron joined in. And I'm the newest member. I've been with them for 3 years. I've been working on some of the animatic. We got the whole first episode storyboarded as best as we could. I had to do it all analog because I was trying to do it in between my jobs and training, so the only thing I could do was analog. I couldn't carry my whole equipment with me. I do have another normal job beyond this, so analog was what I could do. I couldn't be walking around with an iPad, but I can kind of sneak away to do storyboards on paper and pencil. So from here, this was the starting point. I really like the Peaky Blinders kind of look. These guys practically go to planets and mobs, like literally bully people off their planet so they can terraform it to their liking, which is practically really dry, kind of think of like desert. Okay, so from there, it has shifted into this. So this was the second evolution. So this is me continuing with that Peaky Blinders vibe that I liked. And then this right here was a kind of a shout out to Yo-Yo Hashiko. If you ever, I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing it really wrong, but it's an old anime where he literally shoots with a finger gun. And so yeah. So I kind of wanted to throw that in there, but in the end, my friend went with these two options. We went with the lizard guy down here, and then we went with this guy up here. So I'm gonna kind of clean both of them. I'm mainly gonna focus on number 3, and I still like this dude right here. I think there's a possibility for probably these two options will work a lot closer, because this is like night and day, but this right here works out a little bit better. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to Adobe Illustrator. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring in my little dude. Alright. So I can either... And then go ahead and turn that into a template. And no, I don't remember all the shortcuts all the time, so bear with me. Okay, and I just kind of modified the artboard. This is just something that I like to do. It's just kind of personal preference. Okay, so I'm going to fit it into the screen. Now, keep in mind, you can use the pencil tool to go ahead and like draw some stuff out if you want to. I kind of bounce back and forth between how I like to draw in Adobe Illustrator. Now, remember, the premise of this is that you have to start from the object furthest to the back to the front. So right here, the object further to the back is the tail, followed by the back arm, the hand, and then you have the mid-torso back, and then you have the front leg, arm, and then the helmet is somewhere in between. So I'm going to start from the back. I'm not even going to worry about the colors at this point. Tail. Always label your layers, kids. And you can either... And I could use the pencil tool, the drawing tool to do this. I personally think I get a little bit more control when I do it this way, because the drawing tool adds like all these extra points and I really don't like it. So that's the tail there. I'm going to lock that up. Control L to create a new layer. Then I'm going to start going back arm. And like I said, I am not to worry about some of the details on this because it's going to be overlapping shapes. So that's back arm. Control L. Okay. I'm going to call this hand. Excuse me, this would be right hand. Yes, I still have to right, left, dirt, my dyslexic ass. It happens. Dirt. Okay, so right here, the furthest item to the back would be the handle. And again, I'm thinking in layers. And keep in mind there is like a little detail in the inside, so I duplicated it. Then I'm going to use an oval. And again, these are just some really quick mock-ups on here, and not to worry about it being precise or being gorgeous. Just has to be close enough. From here, oh, I added 2 extra points there, not what I wanted to do. Whew, don't mind me, guys. It's a little warmer than normal. I guess my house has just been like an oven as of late. I'm luckily going to get some new repairs done into the house, so I should be hopefully being remedying the heat problem here soon. And that happens anytime you purchase, like you get a house. It's never like 100% intact unless you get it brand new. I personally, brand new is great, but I personally liked like sustainable stuff. So I'd rather have an older house that I kind of fix back up and kind of make it my own. That's just me. Not everybody's like that, but that's just the way that I like to roll. Okay, so it's gonna be 2 circles. This is gonna be in the front. Okay, and then let's create another oval from the center. There we go. And that's okay if stuff doesn't make any sense right now. And I'll add something back here so it looks like there's more depth to it. Nope. Come on, baby. Alt, select, Alt. There we go. And again, this is just a personal preference. You can use whatever you want to do your concepts. I just like to kind of have a really nice clean version because there's just a chance this might go into like a puppet rig later on, which tends to be like on average kind of more vector based. So I like to do my cleanups in vector. That's just me. Okay, so if we want to see what this looks like, I'm gonna go ahead and grab everything, hit D, and there we go. So we can see what's overlapping with each other. This needs to be sent to the back. There we go, so it's at the top. And then let's go ahead and line this up a little bit better. Don't know why my phone is buzzing, but I seem to be very popular today. Again. It's always when I'm streaming. Like, what the H? Yeah, no, I see you. Yeah, that's cool, man. Thanks. Okay. Let's just go from there. Okay, so that seems to be pretty okay. Not too bad. Let's go back here. Let's select that. And again, these are just placeholders. Control L to create a new layer. And then I'm going to hold on Alt. And that this way I can see the outline view of these. So I can see how this is interacting with each other. Same thing with the tail back here. I'm going to select it. Just fill it up. Outline view. And this right here allows you to see like the center points. It also allows you to see any stray points if you have any of them. Okay, now this body right here, this is going to be interesting. So for this, I'm going to use the pencil tool. I believe it's N, yes. And I'm going to use, I'm actually using my stylus right now. And from here, I'm not too worried about this little front leg here. Because this is going to become an overlapping mess. And here I get to do some cleanup. Yep, that goes bye-bye. Okay, not so bad. But you can see anytime I add extra points, it just adds like all this extra detail that I kind of do not like. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Now from here, I'm going to add yet another detail. And the trick is to kind of give it like a hand-drawn feel. Feel. And again, this is just me just making something real quick. Just for concept purposes. Oh, what just happened? Okay, cool beans. All right, so from here, okay, I have a couple ways that I can do this. I can grab this shape. I can duplicate it. Okay, and then what I can do is, I'm going to turn off the other two over here so I'm not messing with them. All right. I can go ahead, grab the pencil, draw the shape that I want. So, and I know that looks kind of dirty, but just hear me out. Now I can grab these two shapes. I'm going to lock up the original so I don't disturb it. And then I'm going to go to this point right here. Wherever they're overlapping, it will keep the shape that I want. So that way it's exactly on top of it. And then I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. So this is mid-body. Now I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to call this left leg. Yeah, left leg. For the love of Pete, Anna. Come on. Okay, and I'm going to grab this bad boy. Just this bad boy right here. I'm going to move this up. The same thing goes with this ring thing. This ring thing goes to the next level. By the way, guys, if you guys are in Texas, Jesus Christ, this pollen has just been murder. Complete murder. It's insanity. So I'm going to go right here and I'm going to do the same thing, except for this time, I'm going to keep the original. I'm going to lock the layer. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to go P to activate my pen tool. I'm going to go right there, and then I'm going to do this. I'm going to use my pencil tool. Alright, and I'm going to select both these shapes. Then I'm going to keep what's in between them. So now that gives me like a nice enclosed shoe shape there. Okay, not too shabby. Okay, and then from there, there's the tail in the back. I'm going to push you all the way to the back. And this might not be all the way in the back of the mid-body. So I'm going to push this all the way back here. Okay, so that looks pretty good so far. And like I said, it's going to look crude as hell at the beginning, guys. I don't worry. I've kind of learned, don't try to be don't try to be a perfectionist, because I can't tell you how many times I've done some great work on a project, and then you spend all this time putting so much effort into something, and then your art director or your leadership or whoever, they goes, no, I hate it, go all over again. So I've come to kind of learn how to be detached from my work, because again, I am not the only person in this project. So like I like one lizard, my friend like the other one. So in this case, I'm willing to compromise because he's the writer. So he might know something that I don't know, maybe further down the line. So I trust his judgment when he tells me I like this design better than this other design. So yeah, that's why I don't argue it. I don't debate it. I'm like, okay, cool. He must know something I don't know. And because we're fleshing it out, we're still really early in our production. So yeah, there we go. Then what I can do is this. I can grab this, duplicate it. And I'm gonna grab this and I'm gonna push this way over here. So I not to worry about that right there. So I think it goes with this. Nope. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back out. Okay, I'm gonna make 3 shapes. And as soon as I'm done pretty much creating the basic shapes, I will pretty much modify these so that it looks a little bit more appealing. Okay, so that's not bad. Center console. Okay, it's not pretty, but it works. Okay, so let's see what we got so far. Okay, let's go ahead and do this, and do this. Okay, so this shape needs to go back. There we go. So that looks a little bit better. It's not perfect, but close enough. And I'm going to round off that edge. Same thing goes for this one over here. I'm going to round it off a little bit. I like the softer edge look. There we go. And I don't care if it looks like caca a little bit. There we go. I kind of like the imperfections. Again, that's just like a personal preference. There's just something about little imperfections that just really humanizes something. And it was funny because as COVID kind of started accelerating like 2 years ago, and people got like just so done of being on FaceTime and stuff, there became a rise of like a lot of analog and a lot of hand-run stuff. Like people wanted just things that were handmade, and so it's kind of interesting. But I've always been like that. I always like my stuff to be like hand-run. Okay, so this one's going to be interesting. So I have a sphere, then I have another sphere within the sphere. Okay, so let's create a new one. It's called helmet. I might have to do some witchcraft here, don't mind me. I don't want you to be outline view. I don't want you to have a fill. And then just going to accommodate as best as I can. Like I said, it's not that serious. Okay, and part of it's going to be covered up anyway. Okay, so from there, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to duplicate my shape. I'm going to keep the original. And then I'm going to use my pen tool, wherever my pen went. And I'm going to keep the shape that I want. Oops, I need to select both. There we go. Oh, wrong way. There we go. So I'm going to keep that shape right there. And they align perfectly with each other, which is great. And keep in mind, guys, this is a really rough shape. So I'm not like, I'm like, okay, it's a shape. Okay. Inside. Globe. Okay, so let's go right here. And now let's go ahead and start working. Now this right here is going to be interesting because technically it's going to be 2 pieces. There's going to be the neck itself. So let me show you. So there's the globe itself. And then we're going to create like an overlap, and this is going to be sent to the back. Okay. And then right here, so this is all the way in the back. Once I fill it up, this is going to make sense here in a second. So this right here, we're going to give this beautiful overlap. Okay. Doesn't look like much, but when I do this, see, it makes it look like this shape is overlapping over that. And then you can modify it as you go. There we go. Put that right there. Okay. Not great. Not too bad, but it's a work in progress. Okay. So now let's go ahead and lock these guys up. All right, and the good part is about Illustrator, you can lock, lizards. Let me save that. Okay, lizards. Okay. God, there's just so many. I have so many screens. Please forgive me. Okay, so I lost what I was going to say. Well, poopigans. Gone with the wind. It'll come back to me. But anyway, I know this is not alcohol. I wish. It's sad because I don't really drink that much, to be quite honest. I only drink in like really special occasions. Oh, that's what I meant to say. So you have main layers that create shapes, and you have sub layers. The really cool part about this is that you can keep working the same layer while having sub items. So what you could do is lock the sub items and then keep working on it. So in this case, I don't want to move my helmet. So I lock up the sub objects in the layer, and then right now I'm going back in, and I am currently building all the assets that are in the layer itself without disturbing the one in the sub layer. And some people can work in outline view like this. I personally, it doesn't bother me. I kind of got to work in this view for a while, working on some other projects in the past. Okay, so this is the main shape. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to lock it. Then I'm going to grab these two shapes, and I'm going to keep what I want. So now when I turn this on, there's like a nice hole in there. Okay, cool. So I'm going to lock those two up. And then I need to work on that worm head. Okay, so from here, so I'm going to use the pencil tool. Again, I like giving it like a nice kind of hand-drawn look to it, so it's not quite perfect. So let's try that again. And by the way, my thumb is doing a lot better. I know some of you guys who follow me, you know that I smashed that crap out of my thumb the other day. It was not done on purpose. I was lifting some weights. You guys know that I go to the gym. And I was on the bench for like one of the benches. I put a 50-pound dumbbell. And I guess I went to turn around for something, and my foot got caught. And I just went down like a sack of potatoes. So my left shin on my leg is still all bruised. It's like skin missing. And then I landed down. I landed like right here on the tip. So anytime I bend down, like if I go past that, this hurts like right here. It's doing a lot better. I still cannot press on anything hard. Like I can't do the turn on button on my phone. But I'm now kind of able to hold my pencil. There's nothing broken as far as I know. It didn't turn purple. I think it's just badly bruised. So I have been making sure that when I use it in the daytime, I try to do the least amount of like stress on it. And then when I go weightlifting, I've actually gone down and I do this, and I just kind of put this on the side so I'm not putting any weight here, because most of the stress was like right there on the joint, and it sucks. Like, you don't realize how much you use your thumbs until you like smash your hand. Like it's crazy. Okay, so let's head over here. I'm going to duplicate this shape again. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to make sure the head and the edge of this helmet, or the edge of this like opening, align with each other. And this is sometimes good, sometimes it's bad, so you kind of have to be careful with this move sometimes. Sometimes I get it to work, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I have to do a clip mask. Which I have to do a clip mask for this one. Okay, so, nope. Which one did you cut? Okay, so I need this and this. Yeah, fuck. I'm gonna have to do a clip mask. Back. Okay, that's okay though. We could do this. Okay, let's do a clip mask. I'm gonna trash bag it around the head. And I'm gonna select this and this rim. And I am going to merge it together. And then I am going to select this shape and the head. And actually this needs to be filled. And then I'm going to right click clip mask. There we go. Like I said, some of this I'm going to go back in. I'm going to fix it down the line. Or I'm going to remove certain points to smooth it out. There we go. That's a little smoother right now. Again, that's the only thing I don't like about the pencil tool. It starts adding extra points that I don't want to deal with. But the good part is you can control that. Head base. Okay, go right there. Create a new layer. Okay, so for right now, let's grab this. Why would you not? Oh. There we go. Slow, Anna, slow. Okay, so now let's head over here and start working on these eyes. Again, I can try to do the same thing. I could try to either hand draw it or I could just kind of build it. I think this one I'm actually just going to draw it. And keep in mind, you can use the smooth tools in order to smooth some of these features out, so not to worry about it. Alright, now here's where you have to be careful though. Whenever you're overlapping and it gets too close, there's a chance it might get picked up by the next path, so you got to be careful with that. Alright, so let's go over here. I still need to draw the mouth. So sitting here, these two, Control G to group them. These two, Control G to group them. Then these two right here, Control G to group them. And this is technically the back eye. So this is behind this one right here. So always keep in mind, remember, the last thing you built is going to be on top. The first thing you built is going to be at the bottom. So you have to be constantly thinking in shapes like that. Okay, so we go right there. Not too bad. Now the last thing I need is a smile. I'm just gonna leave that like that. Okay. Okay, now let's head over here. And let's turn everything off, shall we? Okay, and I need to go into that clipping mask for the head here. No, and no. There we go. And sometimes it gets a little sterile, like you lose the line weight on it, but that's okay though. Definitely got to work on that mouth, but that's a later problem. When I'm just trying to build the bulk of this dude and then go from there. Alright, now let's go ahead and continue down here. Okay, and remember, just like before, you have to build from the back to front. So create a new layer. Oh my god, my nose is killing me. And I changed the air filters yesterday, and my allergies have just been off the chain. Sorry about that. I've been getting a lot of spam from Florida. Like, I don't know what the hell it is, but I'm getting a lot of spam from, not Florida, North Carolina. It must be election. Okay. So from here, we have like these kind of like ridges. So there's a couple ways I can build this. First of all, I need to go to the main mass of the body. So mid-body here. I need to unlock that. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select some of these points right here. And I'm going to push this back. This way I have a little bit more mass. You want to kind of give the illusion that these are overlapping masses. So that way it gives the character weight. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so I like that. Let's go ahead and work with shapes. Oh, wrong layer. Let's go ahead and do that. Nope. Default. X to swap the color between foreground and background. And then let's go from there. So that's one circle. Go ahead and do another one. Let's go ahead and modify it. And again, at this point in this stage, guys, I'm just trying to make a quick prototype. I am not like focusing about the details. I just want to show, hey, this is what a clean version of this will look like before we send it to like prototyping. Obviously, when I'm switching to like animation, I have to do the rigging. I'll be building much different than this. Definitely, I have to set up like the hands, different poses for the hands, especially if we decide to either do animate, aka Flash, or Harmony. Harmony would be a much better one. They have really surpassed what used to be. Flash used to be like the king, and the stuff that I'm seeing on Harmony right now, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Okay. Let's see how this works. Let me see. There we go. We'll have to do for that. Okay, we can use smooth. God, where's my smooth? It's a shape. Convert to shape. No, there is a smooth option in here. Type select object. First of all, I need to select it to activate it. Derp. Rasterize, lock, gradient, trim, slice, path. There is a smooth option in here. Let's see. I must be looking in the wrong one. That's okay though. Type. Select. No, definitely not effects. Edit, maybe? No, spelling. Color. Good lord, what's that smoothing path? There we go, smooth tool. There we go. You have to pick 2 points and then smooth it out. There we go. That's for smoothing it out. Alright, there we go. Alright. You're a little slow in the uptick there, kids. Yeah. Okay, so from there, let's go and take a look at the entire guy. Okay, not too bad. So here, where's his tail? There we go. Okay, so now we're looking at the original. So that's the original. That's the updated one in vector. So pretty big difference already. Okay, so from here I'm going to put down my pen because I'm no longer drawing stuff. Alright, however, I will borrow the original dude. I'm going to duplicate this, set him to the side, and then I'm going to untemplate this bad boy right here. Okay, and I'm going to grab this guy and set him up to the side. And the reason why I want to do that is because I want to sample some colors off from this. Sorry, I seem to be having a hard time navigating. It's because these are so wide. There we go. Let's make that more manageable, please. All right, let's go ahead and drink. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This weekend, the main reason why I didn't stream, not only was I doing a bunch of stuff around the house, but I napped. And then when I was done napping, I napped some more. And I got some stuff done. Then I napped. It was glorious. It was so good. I napped to my heart's content, and I regret nothing. Yeah, you heard me. I say regret. Okay, so right now I'm just kind of borrowing some colors in here. So I got the orange right here from the dude. I got the blue. I got the other blue. And I'm making sure the colors are global. You want to make sure they're global so that way if you have to change the color quickly, you can apply it into everything. And I talked about that before when I did the previous presentation. I'm going to borrow this gray, global, borrowing that gray, global. This is great because you can build up your libraries in Illustrator, and then you can either have a cloud library that you can access this from anywhere, especially if you're doing production. But for me, I still like to keep my stuff simple. I don't like to just kind of go and do cloud stuff. And I work in environments where like sometimes the internet is just not the best. So I kind of have mixed feelings about the cloud thing. Like it works great if you have fantastic internet. But if you're like living in an area where like the internet is absolute caca, then yeah, you run into a small problem there. Okay. So let's go over here, grab that, fill in the color. That's okay. And I'm just selecting these. This is the light gray. This is the dark gray. Oh, yep, there it is. It's the dark gray, the light gray. This right here. I also have the part of the gun. This kind of reddish color. And then okay, let's go ahead and add the orange. Why can I not grab that? There we go. Okay, grab this guy right here. This is that dark blue. And then this is the dark, and then this is kind of like a really darkish okay, grab this. Light. Light. Grab the whole front arm. Light. Grab the back arm. Light color. And then grab the fingers. Light color. Alright, not so bad. Okay, so from there, and I can go ahead and I can go ahead and add some lightweight. So for example, this right here, what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to switch. I'm going to turn that off. Oops, not what I wanted to do. Give me a second. There we go. I want to make that line blue. It'd be good if I was in the actual stroke. Okay, there we go. So that way it kind of gives the illusion that it's glass. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the stroke on the inside. So that way, you know, it's still overlapping with that. Who the heck is texting me? No one should be texting me. Nope, no one's texting me. That's cool. I can live with this. Okay. Now, the next thing that I want to do, I want to make sure that he fits in the world with Captain Hobbes. So I'm going to go to my files. I'm going to open them. I'm going to go to my characters. Where's my Captain Hobbes? There's Captain Hobbes. And then I'm going to go to AI. Ignore. Okay, so I'll go right here. And I am going to grab Captain Hobbes. Let's keep him. Okay, so I'm going to grab him. And I'm going to bring him over here to the side. Because I need to make sure this character fits with this within the same world as Captain Hobbes himself. So this is kind of like a nice way. Ref. Okay, so the line weight, I clearly need to increase the line weight on this dude right here. Oh, did my music run out? My music did run out. Give me 1 second, guys. Ooh. Swift beats. Let me see what else I got. High five, hip hop, synthware, lo-fi, ambient. Sure, let's do ambient. And there we go. Oops, let's go back, shall we? Let's play. And again, this is from Stream Beats. I always like to give credit where credit is due. Well, that's relaxing. Trust me, the what kind of day that I have, sometimes I need a relaxing music. Okay, so these are 0.2. Okay, so 0.2, 0.3 is actually not too bad. Let's grab this right here. Let's also make this 0.2. I think 0.3 might be a little too thick. Now, if he's shorter than Hobbes, which I actually kind of like the height differential, like right here, where these guys, technically Hobbes would be a little bit bigger than him. These are like little lizard worm dudes. I kind of like the fact that he's... And Hobbes is not that tall. He's a cat. So, yeah. Okay. So, I'm going to go right here. I'm going to make sure this line weight matches. Okay, I'm going to put you at 2. 2 seems to be big. Actually, in this case, I think I like 3. Okay. In this case, I'm going to put it on the outside. There we go. And let's make that... There we go. Let's just pull you up. Seriously, where'd you go? I just had you. Where'd you go? There you go. Okay, so let's go over here. I'm going to borrow from this guy over here. Radical. Alright, let's go back to our layers. Let's go to that front arm. We're going to borrow from this cat over here. I'll borrow this dude right here. 1, 2, 3. This right here, I'm probably going to leave to 2. All the minor details, I try not to add too many details. The more details you add, the more stuff you gotta like track. It gets kind of tricky. Yeah, that's too much right there. As for this, let's bring you down to 2. Okay, back arm 3. Okay, helmet area. Let's go ahead and put 3. You can type that in. That's fine, except for the helmet. I want you to be like 5, indicating that this is glass. And what I want, you see how right here, I might just put this in the center. Give me a second here. Okay, you see how right here, this kind of like overlaps? I kind of have to BS this right here a little bit. That's okay though. Let me go over here. Let's go ahead over there. Let's do that right there. Okay, now here. So let's go ahead for this one. What we can do, instead of adding that heavy detail, and this is where some of this overlapping gets kind of messy. Like for this one, I'm going to remove the stroke. I just don't want it there. Same thing goes with the helmet here. I just don't want the stroke because this is supposed to be like on the inside. This, on the other hand, I'm going to move above the helmet, but I need to remove the fill. There we go. That way that kind of gives me that illusion that this is a bubble and then this is going past it. And then this little line right here will have to be modified. This little area here. There we go. All right, not too bad so far. And actually for these, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to remove the stroke. There we go. Kind of like that a little bit better, to be quite honest. So this could be a sheen, or this could be like their actual eyes. So it just depends what you want to do with that. Okay, so I kind of like that right there. All right, not too bad. And it looks like it fits within the same world as the Astrocats. The only thing is that he has like this shadow. So I need to add a shadow somewhere. Probably here around the neck. And notice that I'm keeping the shadow kind of limited. I want to give the illusion that these characters have like weight and they have mass to them. But again, once you start adding all this extra detail, it starts getting into the issue where you're tracking a lot of extra stuff that you probably were not, like, you're just like, no, that wasn't the intent. No, that doesn't look good either. However, let's head over here. Let's go to stroke. Open up, please. Minimize that down to a 2. Okay, that looks a lot better to me. Okay, so right here I'm going to add a little bit of shadow in the head's neck. So I'm going to lock everything else down. Whenever you're not using it, kids, lock it. Just lock it. It will save you so many headaches, especially if you're like me where you're bouncing back and forth between all kinds of like different stuff. Just go ahead and lock the layer up. And what I want to do is I want to grab the head and I want to duplicate it, and I want to add, instead of using this yellow, I want to add a little bit of a darker version of this yellow right here. That's a little too dark. Right around there. Okay. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a circle. And I'm going to do this. And where I want to add shadows, it's like right around there. Because remember, part of his head is covered. And I don't want to deal with the shadow over the eyes either. So I'm going to create a clipping mask. Oops. Come on, baby. Come down here. Now I can either create a clipping mask or I can just chop it. So I think I'm just going to chop it. What am I doing here? There we go. And then I'm going to grab this right here. Grab the shape, and I'm going to remove the stroke. There we go. There we go. Now the problem is, that you see right here, is that this line right here is not matching. So the way I can BS this crap is that I have to duplicate the head and then put it over and then simply remove the fill. And that kind of gives it the illusion that this character has a slight shadow like Hobbes does. And like I said, this is just to kind of do like quick concept. I'm not too stressed about adding too many details or whatever. It's just to kind of get it down on paper. And it actually kind of fits the world, because you can see Hobbes has, like, technically they're mittens, which is funny, but they're actually his paws. So yeah, so you're going to see that in certain points, some of the detail will be really simplified and will have no lines. So this kind of fits. That's why I like to put them side by side. So I can kind of see what I can kind of get away with, legit. Okay, so this guy's done. Okay, so I am going to grab Mr. Worm number 1. And I am going to lock him up, and I am going to create a new layer, Control L. Go right here, and now I'm going to grab all of this. I'm going to put this, and I'm going to put this on one layer, and I'll call this Lizard 1. Okay, so I'm going to put that dude there. All right, now the next thing that I want to do is, remember, there's 2 lizards in here. So let me open Photoshop real quick. I know my friend really liked the goon looking dude, but I think I'm going to do the other guy instead. Again, artistic license. If he doesn't like it, I have an extra design. Not a big deal. So. Okay. Who is messaging me? As long as there's nobody dying. I have to check it because there's been a few times where, like, I ignored my phone and it was like a legit emergency. So it's one of those things that just kind of gotten to the point where I just make sure that I check my phone. Jesus Christ. Why am I getting so many spam phone calls? I must have landed in someone's, like, retarded phone line or something. I don't know. And you know, the worst part is if you put your phone number in a do not call thing, it doesn't do shit. It really doesn't do shit. It's bullshit. Alright, so I'm going to do that dude, and I'm going to do number 4. Let me see if this is JPEG. Yeah, I know you can't see it. Just bear with me. Doing 4. I think this guy's more fitting. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So now that I have that, let's go over here. I try not to keep Photoshop too open because, like I said, they keep adding so much stuff to it. It's to the point now where it's kind of buggy. So anytime I'm trying to do like some quick concepts, I just love doing them on Clip Studio Pro. I think it's a much better fit. Okay, so we're gonna grab this dude. Again, I need to create an artboard. Shift O. Just for this dude right here. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this into a template. There we go. Hobbes, you stay the hell over there. Lizard dude, you're done. I'm going to turn that off. Create a new layer. And then let's start working on this dude right here. Alright. Okay, Control S. Okay, again, we need to work from the back to front. So Control L, I'm going to say tail. Oh, my allergies are just killing me. And I took a Claritin D. That's the worst part. And that's the thing that sucks about like allergy medication. If you take too much of it, you kind of become like immune to it, which kind of sucks. But at the same time, if you don't take it, you can't breathe. So there's really no winning. Okay, so that's the tail. And then from here, the brunt of the body will have to be the core. I'm not even going to do the front arm. I'm just going to do the shape right here. And part of the back arm. So core body. And I'm going to go to my pen tool again. Okay, and I not to worry about this. Okay, so we have that right there. Okay, so it's core body, and it just looks like this crazy dilapidated shape. That is okay. Control L, and then from there, I need to start building the back arm. Let me try that again. Just one shape. Two shapes. So it's 1, 2, and I keep in mind there's a gun there. So I need to draw the thumb here. Oops. L. So you have the thumb. If you're holding a rifle, you're going to have it, your thumb, your fingers are pushing in it, and your thumb is securing on the other side. So that's pretty much what's happening right there. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, the next thing we need to do is draw part of this gun here. And now worry about the handle. The handle's going to go with part of this hand right here. Or, there's a couple ways I could do this. I can draw this part by itself, and then I could draw this whole arm and the gun over here, and then add the 2 fingers. So there's a couple ways I can go about this. There really is no good answer. And that's fine. It happens. So let's go ahead and do that for right now. I'm just going to draw the fingers for this arm right here because I'm going to add the gun to it. Control L creates a new layer. What's this, back arm? Okay, if you're not there, what's the back arm? Oh crap, it merged it. Fluff. This is why you gotta lock your layers, kids. Jesus. I am so upset right now. It's okay though. It happens. So lock your layers. Let's do that again. Okay, this music is just not cutting it for me. Give me a second. It's so ambient. Okay, what you got? Dubstep, baby. Alright, so here's the new one. Dubstep. Extreme beats. Give credit where credit's due. Okay, so this one's going to be interesting. So this is the back arm. I'm going to leave that alone. And I'm going to finish this. It's going to be mainly 2 shapes. That's the back arm right there. Okay, then I'm going to create a new layer. And I'm not worried about, you guys know this, I'm not going to worry about the detail. I'm going to do the front shoulder pad right here. Left shoulder. Okay, and this is going to be head. Now the head's going to be two parts. Okay, you're going to have this portion right here. Okay. And sometimes you'll see me bounce between the pen tool and the brush tool. That's fine. There we go. Ugh, pink. I can't see it. Pink is like, it's like yellow. It's kind of hard to see. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Okay, so this right here. Doop, doop, doop. And let's go ahead and draw this mask. And notice that I'm not overthinking it, guys. That's the cool part about this. Don't overthink your stuff. Just have fun with it. Okay, that's not gonna work. That's okay though. There we go. And then go ahead and make adjustments. Remember, you just can go back to that smooth tool. There we go. Now this right here, this is going to be interesting. So I have the eyeballs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw past the eyeballs. Then I'm going to have to do a clip mask over it. And it's going to be 3 different pieces. Actually, it's going to be 6 pieces because it's the eyes was a little white. So, and that's okay though. Again, lock up your stuff. Do as I say, not as I do. There we go. And I still fucked that up. There we go. For the love of Pete. Okay, so let's go and continue there. What am I doing that for? Let's go ahead and use the line tool. I believe it's L or N. What is the line tool? Ah, it's been a while. Okay, so far not too bad. Okay, so this right here, a couple cleanups I need to do. go. Okay, so for this part right here, what I need to do is grab this shape right here, duplicate it, and then with the eyes, I need to group these. G, select them, group them. Okay, now I need to grab this extra helmet piece, move it on top, select both of these two, right clip mask, and then once the clip mask has been created, then simply drop the other two groups in there and it will clip mask them as well. There we go. Alright. Then again, I'm gonna have to kind of BS this a little bit again. And then just remove the fill. Okay, so that gives me the head. And I'm gonna lock that down. Create a new layer. Now I'm gonna do the front pad. Keep in mind that the front pad is under the head but above the front arm because it's kind of like overlapping in between. So it's kind of coming out of the helmet, but it's overlapping the mask here. So this is where it kind of gets tricky sometimes to do some of these things. Okay, so front pad, I'm going to put this right beneath this. Lock that up, and then I need to create a new layer. Alright, this is gonna look like some Dragon Ball Z bullshit, so bear with me. Okay, there's something going on here. Okay, let's remove that, please. There we go. And then for this, I'm gonna have to do Shift C to balloon it out. Do that right there. Cool. So that's working out pretty good. All right. Alright, so now we're moving to the gun. Remember, it's got to be, it's the forearm, bleh. Lord, I can't speak. Help me. So it's the other arm's fingers, plus the rifle, plus the trigger, plus the arm. So that's a lot going on here. Now, I also need to duplicate the shape real quick. And always select the original. I need to select this shape and this shape. And I'm going to go ahead and I need to keep this part. Oop, wrong way. There we go. So that's going to give me that division right there. Okay, so and now for that, let's go ahead and lock this up. Go back to this view. And then from there, let's go ahead and Don't mind me, guys. I don't mean to get silent sometimes. I'm just trying to figure some stuff out real quick. Okay, so let's do that right there. And then from here, we got, oops, the thumb right behind. Okay, so this needs to be sent to the back. Then right here we have, and I just stick into like basic shapes for right now. Does this need to be more squared off? Absolutely. I'm just trying to get this done as fast as possible because again, these are just some quick concepts. There we go. And a lot of this will be rearranged. That's why I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take a look at this and see what we got going on. So that way we can start working on the arrangements. Bring that to the front. Not too bad. Oh, these need to be brought to the front. So that way we have the overlapping mass here, mid-mass, and then we have the fingers back here. Okay. Is it beautiful? No. Does it work? Yes. So bear with me. Okay, now we have to deal with the legs. Okay, so we have this frontal leg. So we go to the body core. I need to think of it this way. So I'm going to work from the bottom up. I don't really like that. There we go. This is more of a human. You saw what I did there? So instead of me trying to perfectly align it, what I did is, in order to give the illusion of overlapping mass, I went past it. So it gives the illusion that the foot is underneath. I don't know who that is. Okay. The foot is underneath the lower part of the leg. Don't know who that is. I'll leave a message. What the hell? Okay. So I don't know why. Everybody and their mother's calling me tonight. I don't know what's going on. Okay. So the foot is at the bottom, then followed by the lower leg, and then you have the upper leg. So by kind of doing this, I'm kind of fudging that a little bit. Then right here, notice that this is a two-tone. So I'm going to make this right here so it looks like this is overlapping that right there. All right, it's a dirty little trick, but it works. And if I go over here and I hit D, see? It gives it the overlapping look right there. Obviously, there's some cleanup that needs to be done. Alright. Okay, let's do that right there. Alright, so that's that. And then let's go behind the body over here. That's the tail. Right leg. Okay, now this one right here is a little different because it's not like, we're not looking down on it. It's kind of like on the side, so I can kind of get away with doing a little bit more here. So that's going to be in the top. This needs to be pushed to the back. And then notice that I'm not too worried that I went past that, because this could be adjusted. And again, a lot of this one shows true colors until we go in and we fill it out. Okay, so this is done. So let's go ahead and reveal everything. Here we go. So that's actually not too bad when you really think about it. I didn't spend that much time into this. So yes, now I can go ahead, grab this dude. And a lot of his colors is actually the same colors as the previous character. So I don't need to do a lot for him. I need to get him off template mode. That's what's going on. Okay, and I can grab him, push him up to the side. But this will kind of give me like a nice guideline. Okay, where the fuck, what happened to his eyes? Okay, so let's go ahead. Weird, okay. So let's go to head. Where are the eyes? Oh. That's why. Might cheat. Okay, so let's go ahead and start adding some color here. I do need to clean this down here. That looks like dog doo-doo. Not a fan. This curly Q here, gotta go. So what I can do is, let's go ahead and add a curve here. And then let's remove this one down here. And then let's go ahead and round this off. Okay, so let's go ahead and start adding some colors here. This needs to be smoothed out. Where's my smooth tool? Smooth tool. I think that's as good as that's gonna get. Okay, so first is first. Let's grab all of him. We know that the average stroke is like 3. So just to expedite things. Okay, so that's the stroke on that. And like I said, we'll scale back the details as we go through. Okay, so from here, let's pick some of the colors. I already have a lot of these brought in. It brought in also some of like Hobbes' color. Anytime you bring a character or something that you created from one panel to the other, it will just bring stuff over. Okay, so that's the blue there. Select the colors here. That's blue. And then let's go and grab the eyes. Let's remove that. Okay. Let's remove this right here. That's that yellow. Okay, for whatever reason, it's picking something. Okay, why? Oh. Okay, nope, that's why. So what it was doing is it was applying the color to the mask. That's why it was doing that. So it happens sometimes, especially when you're doing a lot of masking stuff. It gets kind of kooky sometimes. So, okay, let's go over here. Push the stroke down to... Okay, so let's push this down to 2, but I also need to push this down to 2. So that way you can see the line thinning out. What the hell? Oh, there's no stroke on this. Duh. Ah, Anna, you're feeling a little tardy today. It does happen. There we go. So that should... That's why. There we go. Close enough. There's something in here that's not working. I'm too scared to delete something sometimes because when you do, you lose the mess. You're like, what the fuck did I do? Okay, it happens. Okay, moving forward. Okay, so we got this, disarm, dispatch as this light. This is light gray. Then the main body mass. As the dark gray. And keep in mind these are the fingers. This is light gray. Okay, the gun. It's gonna be closer to this color. Okay, cool. Takes care of that. And then this right here will be that red. Okay, you get no stroke. Or no fill, excuse me. No fill for you. And then let's go ahead and grab this. This gets the same color as this right here. Okay. And then let's go to the pads. Front pads. Dark gray. Then let's go to the other pads. Same color as the gray. And light gray for you. Light gray. Actually, no, you are dark gray. Okay, you get dark gray. Nope. Okay, all in all, not too shabby. Now I do want to play with some of the weight, the line weight on this. So let me go back to my line art. Okay, so anything that's really fine detail, such as these down here, I'm gonna lower these down to a 2. The thing is, so when you're doing simplified characters like this, you want to kind of push back some of these finer details. So it's not overwhelming. Plus it gives it like some line of weight. It's a style thing though. I've seen people uh-oh. Did my player go down? My player did go down. Well, shenanigans. Hello? There we go. Okay. Cool. It happens. Nothing I can do about it. Okay, so with that, let's turn off my dude. And then let's go ahead and expand this artboard a little bit so he fits. There we go. So there he is compared to Captain Hobbes. So this dude is the boss and this is the big guy. So I want the big guy to be much bigger than obviously Hobbes. So that way you get that intimidation factor to it. So yes. Lizard 2. Okay, I just don't remember what the hell was in. Okay. Yeah, so when you're done, guys, whenever you're done working on stuff, make sure you clean out your layers. If you don't, especially if you're using like reference material and then you pass it somewhere else, it causes so many headaches if you don't have the proper link, and it's such a pain in the ass. So I've gotten to the point now where whenever I have whenever I use references, I try to just kind of like, you know, delete anything extra that I don't need. There we go. That's right there. All right. So far, not so bad. I would like to add just a hair detail somewhere. Not quite sure where. By the way, this, I'm going to remove the stroke. Oops. Be good if I didn't remove the fill. But I kind of like removing the stroke. That way we have the consistency of like once in a while there's a detail that doesn't have a stroke in it. I think that's actually kind of neat. So it continues to carry that through. Where would I add a shadow on this? Maybe I need the pads? Maybe? I think it'll be fine for now. Like I said, this is just quick prototype. I'm not too worried about it. Alright. So with that, this is pretty much what we start for today. Thank you for joining me. I will be posting the progress along probably in the Astrocats page like today or tomorrow. But yeah, no, I will continue working on this stuff as I go through. Like I said, I'm sorry about this weekend. I just simply, sometimes you're just tired and you just need to just, eh. I was gaming. I just was gaming by myself, and I was just kind of doing more like exploration, like really relaxing stuff, and then I napped a lot. Sometimes you kind of need that. My job is awesome, but sometimes I have to like constantly be processing information all day. So that's pretty much what this weekend I said. It's all about me. I really don't care. I just kind of need to step away for a moment, and then that is it. So, but anyway, with that, guys, I appreciate you guys joining me, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Laters.